650. Black people, you need to get familiar with the 13th and 14th Amendment. See where you can shut down these loopholes. Because Vice President J.D. Vance, President Trump, and his close confidant, Stephen Miller, are on the verge of trying to explore how to deport United States citizens of a violent history and felons, repeat felons of a violent history, being deported out of the country, transferred to whatever country, let's say Peru, and be under their prison system and codes or whatever they do over there. It sounds crazy, but it can happen. Trump has the courts, and the courts are giving him a lot of controversial decisions. He's lost some, but there's a lot that's been controversial. He has the court. He's a conservative court that Trump built, and the lower courts as well. So there's some concern there, So all you gang members and people of that nature who have a violent history, a history of violence, you could be a candidate for deportation, even though you're a U.S. citizen. You could be stripped of your U.S. citizenship. I mean, he said this last week. If he said it, they already been looking into it. And now they're probably coming close with this big, beautiful bill that they just signed, or President just signed into law, funding ICE, funding the U.S. military with about $1 trillion. So pay attention. If he says that, the president says something like that, then that idea to even conjure up something like that had to be thought about in his first term or even before. And so now that he has his own AKA ICE Gestapo, randomly with no badges, no visible ID, and with a poo shiesty on, randomly getting people in courts and schools and farms and fields and stuff like that. So pay attention, because he did, give South Africans refugee status, the white South Africans. So a lot of those farmers are coming over here and under their new status, and they're going to thrive. They're going to thrive. There's nothing wrong with that, but they're going to thrive because of their status, and they're farmers. And when you say, well, who's going to do the jobs, who's going to farm, who's going to cherry pick and all that, the South Africans, the white Dutch influenced South Africans would be over here doing that job. Or they'll have the business and they can hire whoever they want under their status. I could be totally off base, but I'm just trying to put it together. I could be wrong. Just trying to put it together. I don't know. But pay attention. Get familiar with the 13th and 14th Amendment, especially these repeat offenders, the violent ones, the murderers and the rapists and the assaultees and all that. Your days might be numbered in the United States. So, I don't know. You have 3 more years to hold on. Hold on. The president is on a rampage. And he's feeling pretty good about what's going on, what ICE is doing. And he's backing up his Department of Justice leader. So, Homeland Security leader, he already just did a tweet regarding giving people, look, you're telling the ICE agents and all that, and everybody involved, law enforcement, whoever involved with doing their jobs, policing out here, that if someone throws a bottle and bricks and any type of foreign object at you, hey, do what you have to do. So you know what that means. Now it's dangerous. I wouldn't want to get hit with a brick in the back of my head. That's dangerous. You can die. So, hey, Trump's giving them the okay, the carte blanche. Hey, protect yourself. Do what you got to do. He's good at that. Remember January the 6th. He's good at being vague about it, but we all know what he's talking about. So, this is the president, we have. I mean, hey, he's flexing his presidential powers. You know what I'm saying? So, don't cry now. A lot of you people that voted for him are getting the reprisals of that now. You're getting the reprisals. So, it was all good just a week ago. You know what I'm saying? Gave you the 3-card Molly. You fell for it. You won't be the first, you won't be the last. So this is who Trump is. This is what he's really all about. And he hides and talk about, make America great. Is this part of being great? Now, granted, technically, they are illegal aliens that they are targeting. Now, I think the twist is where people are saying that, well, he said they were going after the criminal illegal aliens. Well, that too. But if you're illegal, you're illegal. Your status is not up to par. You already see, you can go to the immigration office and walk out, and so they'll, your status is on hold for a minute or whatever. They'll pick you up. So, it's blurred lines, blurred policy. I don't know. But illegal means illegal in his eyes. So if your status and your paperwork is not up to par, there's a possibility you could be targeted for deportation. Absolutely. Does it make it right? I'm not here to say yay or nay. The law is the law in their eyes. And they got laws in the books. So if you're over here illegally, then you're already a criminal in the eyes of the law. You know what I'm saying? If you've been here for 20 or 40 or whatever years and you could have been working, doing your job, not bothering anybody, paying taxes or whatever, you're still illegal in the eyes of the law, which makes you a target. So now you're in limbo. If you go and try to, get your paperwork right, you still have to satisfy the part why you were in the country illegally. So there's the dilemma. The choices we make. I get it. Better life. You know what I mean? It's a high risk though. And you're seeing the risk stage of it. So the only thing you can do, I think, at this moment is maybe try to find a sanctuary state, if you can get to a sanctuary state, county or whatever, district. But ICE is in control now. They trump all that. No pun intended. But whether you're in the sanctuary state or not, the feds can still come up and get you out of there. Because they got the orders to do it via the president. So that's where we at. Very complicated. Is it fair? Is anything fair in life? Was it fair to cross over the border into a territory that you're not a citizen of? So I'm just saying, you got to bring. It can't be on both one side or the other. It's just you got to look at both of it to understand it. Hey, if it was up to me, if I was president, if you're over here, you got here, and if you're not doing any criminal activity or whatever, even though you came over here illegally, would I send the dogs after you? Probably not. Unless you got arrested on something crazy, you know what I mean? And then you put yourself in the crosshairs. But if I'm gonna, do you have to worry about me sending troops in the middle of the night to round people up? Probably not. No. But if you get caught lacking, that's another story. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, there's always a possibility. You can't say, you just can't say you've been here and I wasn't doing anything. You already knew that your papers weren't right. So it's just the luck of the draw that they haven't called you on it. You know what I mean? But now you have a president who's fed up. Who's fed up with it. And so it is what it is. Vanguardian 650. Peace.